What's going on, guys? Neil Bauman here with Parrot. Today I'm going to be doing a video for the contractors of the world. This is for the roofers, the mitigation companies, whatever it is you do. I'm here to help you get your files a little more organized, whether it's estimating and photographs, just kind of painting a better picture. Just from what I'm seeing and what I experience in this industry, I see a lot of reports that are kind of just mindless. I'm an independent adjuster myself. I've been a field supervisor before. I worked with contractors. I see those photo reports that come in from mitigation companies, and the lack of documentation is really affecting a lot of companies. And what I plan to do with this video today is to kind of help guide you guys and get you in the right direction of having the estimate and the photo report tell a story. Not only tell a story, but tell a story at the same time. So when you're scrolling down, whoever that file reviewer is, that photo report follows the estimate line for line. Very easy to read and easy to navigate. Whether you're turning this into an insurance carrier, a claims funding group, attorney, public adjuster, whoever it is you're giving it to, I'm just gonna help you get it dialed in to where you're getting less pushback and your files look cleaner. With regards to the photo taking, and I'm going to share my screen with you and show you exactly what I'm talking about, but the photos that are being taken are a lot of close-ups. I'm getting like a photo. You see me do this all the time. I go like this. I'll see a photo of the damage this close, and then there's no perspective. I have no idea where it's at. They'll go from a stain in a bathroom, and all of a sudden we're on the roof, and all of a sudden we're outside, and all of a sudden we're back in that same room. You have to have it in order of where what the estimate is. I don't want to be in the kitchen on the estimate, and on the photo report you're in the living room. You're just making it difficult for that reviewer. You're a pain in their behind. Whatever it is, just try to get it more organized, which again I'm going to show you here. When you do take those photos, the close-ups of damages, you need to do a better job of showing where it's at. If you have that close-up, that's great. Well, what is it under? Is it under a roof vent? Is it under, near a window? Is it near the kitchen sink that was leaking? Having a perspective of where the damage is at is crucial. Also, prior to that perspective, so how every room goes, you get your overviews, 3-4 overviews per room, and then you go into your damages. Okay, I like to start from the ceiling, walls, floor. That's how the insurance industry does it. So if that's the kind of line of work, or the line of work you're in, if you're submitting these files to get approved by a carrier, I would try to follow the same steps, top to bottom, work it down. So we get our overviews of a room, then we go find our damages. I look at the ceiling. If I find something, I get a close-up, and then I step back. You guys have seen me create this arrow, this inspector stick. I made this for a reason. This is to show the perspective of an area, or of a damage within that room. So you get that close-up, then you take a couple steps back, point at where the damage is, take a photo. Now we know where in the room that damage is located. Being sure to get a doorway in the frame. We don't need to see the stain in that perspective photo. We just got to know where it's at. And it helps paint the picture a lot more. At the end of the day, you're here to tell a story. I know you don't want to hear that. I know that's annoying at times. Everyone seems to say the same thing, but you got to tell a story of how the loss happened in order, easy to read, not all jumbled around. So let's jump into this. I'm going to show you a couple files really quick. Show you how to put an estimate, or how I do the estimates and how I do the photo report, and go from there. So that's you on your way. So let me share my screen. Well, first let me start this recording for this. All right. Get rid of that. Share my screen here. And here we go. Move that out of the way. All right, so first and foremost, you see, we will go into the estimate. What I teach guys a lot, and I teach a lot of people in this industry to do, is to organize your estimate prior to going in the field. I like taking my photos inside the folders or inside the actual sketches that I have in place, because it keeps it in order. And let me show you. So in the insurance industry, a lot of times, a lot of adjusters, what they do is they'll do dwelling, roof, elevations, front, right, rear, left. Then we go into interior, other structures, and usually general conditions. Those are your core items that you'll see in a tree, okay? So on how to add those, I can show you just briefly. Click the add button, continuous add, and you can just pump these out. Ooh. Oh, I forgot interior in there. All right. Cool. All right. That's what I put up in here. These right here is what I put originally, and then when I got on site, I added these. That's what these right here, these little sketches, I started adding sketches to it, and then that's when it goes into those other folders. So adding this tree, it's called the estimating tree. That's what you'll hear every time we delete those. Okay, prior to going to the field, I'll get that set up and get it in line. So then when I get on site, look how this is my photos right here. So as I'm going around the site, especially if you're using Xactimate Mobile, which I can't preach enough about Xactimate Mobile. Get into it. If you don't know anything about me, go look at my other videos. All mobile guy. If you get these folders set up, you can take the full photos within the folder. So the guy that went out on this job is my partner. He'll click in that folder, take the photos for that folder. Now he'll click into the roof folder, take his photos. Okay? And just goes all the way down. When he does a sketch, he'll sketch that particular room. Okay, sketch it, and then he'll click in the room and take the photos in the room. Because once he does that, look it's in the room. Now with regards to the photos, just want to show you guys what I was talking about when a close-up and a perspective of where it is located. Let's get a good one here. So let's look at this. So if you notice, he shows his close-up. This is what I'm talking about. Perspective. Show where it is located on that roof. And this is what I preach, because now we know exactly where it's at. Most of the time you'll see just a close-up like this, and that's it. Then the person moves on, or they go inside, and it drives me up a freaking wall. This right here, showing where it's at, is huge, because now the file reviewer, whoever it is, can reference it and see, you know, where does it line up inside, you know. And to take it a step further, which I'll show you in a bit, you can even diagram it to show them where it's at. Overviews, pointing to where stuff's at, close up, pointing where it's at. Love it. Going in the interior, same thing. This is the part that is painful to me. I get the close-ups, and that's it. Then move out. This one's perfect. Would like a little bit more overviews, but it's all right. He's got one here, another one here, looking back the other way. When you get your overviews of a room, get 3 or 4, but it's so important to walk to the other side of the room and take a picture back the other way. Show where you came in from. And that's what he did here. Showing this. All right, great. He's got a close-up right here that's bubbling here. And then look what he does here. Steps back, points at it. You don't even see that stain, barely. You can see it a little bit here, but we don't care about that. We just want to know where it's located in reference to, in relations to the rest of the stuff in the room here. Near this window, where it is on the roof, all that stuff. This is great photo taking, and exactly what I try to preach to everyone, and what I recommend you guys do. Get your overviews, overview, 4 of them all around the room. Then you get your close-up. You didn't point at it here, but it's no problem. Got that stain here. Showing the floor. I'm sure it got the floor dirty or something. Just showing maybe it got replaced. Who knows? And then pointing where it's at. Would have liked him to step back a little bit further, but again, you know where it's. Oh, look at that. He's going to watch this video and be like, see, I told you I did it. So he got that stain. Then he stepped back, showed where it's at. We know exactly where that is in the room. This is what contractors, mitigation companies, roofers, is what you guys aren't doing. And it is, I'm sure it's shooting you, you're shooting yourself in the foot. It's a problem. Someone trying to join my meeting? So yeah, it's a problem. So, and when you're in a job too, when you're doing your jobs, the biggest thing I see a lot too is there's no before, during, and after photos. You gotta get that photo before you're about to start the job of the damage, during the job while you're doing it, and after. You know how many times a carrier will get sent, and then I'm an independent adjuster, they send me a file to review, and they'll just send photos of it repaired and completely done. And if they do a great job, which, you know, sometimes they do, you don't even know, like, they just send you a picture of a finished wall or new cabinets, and you're like, great. What it looked like before, like what it looked like during. You got to document along the way. They're worried about fraud. You know, when I talk about, say, they carriers and just everyone in general. So documenting everything along the way is huge. Jump into the next thing I want to show you really quick. Let me go into the estimate. Just want to show you guys how this is structured here, because this, you see how this positioned right here, right? All these folders. And if I go to the photo report, look at same order. Okay, so now when I have that photo report up and that estimate up, I'm able to see side by side what this looks like. So look at the roof, roll roofing, interior. What I want to show you guys with the interior stuff is keeping it organized. We start from the top and we go down. This is how insurance industries do it. Unless you're working flood, then they write up. I understand that. Which, if it's a flood case, do the same thing there. Start from the bottom, write up. Whatever the loss is, you know, you can write for that. So we got our contents first. Got our ceiling. You see how it's the header right here, underlined, bolded, so you know exactly where all these line items coming afterwards are. And then look, we get into the walls. Mask and prep, floor, mask and prep, final cleaning. Every single interior, how we do it is the same. I set up my macros for different situations to follow just that. So I'll be able to have them all in order of how it goes. And you could build these too, just like I did, which I have them for sale if you do need them. Every type of skim coat, so do full replace, so you're just going through, hitting the different things that you're not going to be using. We'll leave a light in there just for fun. Go to our walls. Were the walls affected? Yeah, it's a machine texture patch. Okay. Allow all duplicate. Okay. Drops it all in there. But you see, every one of my macros has this label up above. So you don't have to do that label, but it makes your life a lot easier. I promise you that. Just having it organized, it's easy to follow. You're not really going to get any pushbacks too much, you know, with this. So it's nice to keep it organized and in order, so easy to read. Even, like, you know, write it in how a job is done. Do, you know, remove, like if you look at this, I got the walls. Remove the drywall, remove the insulation, clean the studs, apply the antimicrobial, come back with the bad insulation, come back with the drywall, texture it, seal it, paint it. Exactly how I'm going into it and how I'm coming out of it. And jumbling it up and throwing it all around wherever you want, and then you turn it in, and it starts with the floor, and then all of a sudden there's a kitchen line item. That's the past. We can't do that anymore. You can't expect to turn in crap work and then, you know, get things paid out or people be okay with it, right? Especially when there's stuff like this getting put out there. Like, you got to keep it organized and easy for them to read, okay? All right, so adding that, 4-0, good to go. So again, keeping it organized, taking good photos, overviews of the room, then you move into your close-ups, then you move into your perspectives of each. Let's look at this file really quick, just to show you guys some more of this. I really liked, this is one that I did for my father's house, but again, close-ups. This one was even great as I told the story, because showed this zippering going on, the stair stepping going on. The rest of the roof is sealed, and then directly below it showing the attic standing there, and then showing where it's at. You want to take it that far, you could take it that far, and that's what I did here. You gotta paint a picture for them. And now let me take it to sketch. This is the last thing I'm going to show you, and then I'll let you go. This is incredible. Having the interior, showing where it leaked inside, then showing the stain, the area of the roof that was affected, pointing to both, painting the picture. When I turn in the estimate, this is going with the estimate in the sketch, making the file as easy as possible. I'm sorry you had to do this, but it is what it is. You know, find that creative guy within your or girl within your organization that loves to play with paint and have them start making diagrams. If you step into, I'm not trying to sell mobile, Xactimate Mobile to you, but if you step into mobile, it makes it a lot easier to do this kind of stuff, and it's why I bark it so much. And it really helps you keep everything organized. I know everyone's on the company cam and this, and not to pick on company cam, but that is not going to keep everything in line. If someone on the company cam or whoever it is, the scoping app, deviates from the estimator or does their own thing, then everything's going to get jumbled up. You know, because that person that's taking the scope, they're not always going to be in line. If you have the training there and you both are in line, that's no problem. But this app really makes it easy. Xactimate. Everyone has Xactimate. If you're writing estimates, you got it. Upgrade to the Pro subscription, and you can take your photos and do all your sketching and documenting right in there. So that's it with that. So yeah, thank you guys so much. If you guys need any help at all, you can reach out to us. Email me. It's info@parrotkey.us. We have some in-person classes. I got macros for sale, online classes, anything we can help you guys out with. Just give me a shout. So thank you guys so much, and until next time.